What's up, my good people? It's your boy Talk. Now, I'm not a sports analyst, but I do know a little something. Look, got a brother that always send me a bunch of goopy stuff because he don't know basketball. He just lost, right? He always want to try to discredit Jordan. So he always want to send me anything that discredits Jordan because he feel like is good, but it's trash. But anyway, however, he sent me this that said, imagine LeBron had Phil as a coach. And he said in the video, LeBron will have 10, 11 rings if he had Phil as a coach because he had 5 and 6. He had 5 with Kobe, 6 with Mike. But this is why it's not true. Because for one, Phil was never even a winning coach. He was never a proven coach, and he never won anything as a head coach until he won with the Bulls in 91. But let's just backtrack real quick. Listen, the triangle offense was not, it did come up with by Phil. Phil didn't come up with that. That was Tex Winters that showed Phil Jackson the triangle offense. Now, mind you, the triangle offense wasn't even a proven system. It was something that they tried out. And the reason why it even worked is because he had the players that made sure that they executed the triangle to the T, right? And even sometimes the triangle did work because they lost for years with that before they won in 91. They lost for a couple years straight. But execution. Now, they took the ball out of Michael Jordan's hands. So this wouldn't work for LeBron because LeBron is not a system player. He has to have the ball and basically be like a freelancer to try to make things happen the way he sees it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can set up a couple plays, but it's more so like, hey, cut down, bust down, do this, do that. It's not really just so much of a triangle being in a small space. He can't operate like that, right? Because who's gonna knock down these shots? Who's gonna be like a prolific scorer like the way Jordan was? Nobody. So therefore, LeBron would have had to be the one to actually have to be a scorer. Otherwise than that, he'd be a Pippen. Simple. So, no, you wouldn't have won 10, 11 rings with Phil Jackson. You might have won even one. I give you that. Maybe, you know what I mean? Because, listen, the triangle didn't always work. In 2000 and 2004, they lost to the Detroit Pistons. That was a triangle offense. 2005, they lost. 2006, 2007, 2008, they lost to the Boston Celtics. But they did win 2 back-to-back championships, one in the triangle. But it's because they built the team, and they finally, they had Kobe who wanted to execute on the highest level possible, and he was on his team like, yo, we got to do this. We got to do this, right? That's what Michael did. Michael was willing to do whatever it took to win, and he pushed the team beyond measures to play beyond their talent to go win championships and play at a high level. He had John Paxson, Horace Grant, and Scottie Pippen playing like they was #1 draft pick because of the way he trained, built, motivated, and pushed them boys to play beyond their talent. That's a whole different. LeBron doesn't do that. Why y'all say LeBron makes players better? He really don't. Each one of his players, even from D Wade to Chris Bosh, they was averaging 26 points a game before he came to Miami. They average drop everywhere he go. Players average drop because he controls the ball way too much and it takes them out their game and their rhythm. But whatever, y'all debate on that how y'all want to. But anyway, then he also said, we give Jordan too much credit because the Bulls won 58 games with Jordan then 55 when he left. But you got to understand, Pippen them inherited a team that just three-peated, that been playing behind Michael Jordan, trained by Michael Jordan, pushed and mentored by Michael Jordan. Like I said, he had them boys playing at an elite level. So yeah, they were good enough to win 55 games, and they added Tony Kukoc, Steve Kerr, and Luke Longley. So, I mean, and they still had Phil as a coach who still, they still had a little system running on, so they still had something that they gelled and they know. This is a team that three-peated, not a team that was just rebuilt over time. And guess what? They did not win. They did not go to the championship. They went to the second round and lost. But when Jordan came back, they three-peated again. Excuse me, thank you.